Welcome to a Zirda Dawnwaker companion deck. And the commander is also Zakama, but that's not as exciting.
Today we're going to show you how to activate all your abilities to the max.
I'm your host, Joe Cherries.
And I'm your host, BZ, and that makes us the Nitpicking Nerds. I was going to hold up a gravy boat right now, but it's upstairs, and I can't bring it downstairs until we get 50 subscribers from this video. So do your part and subscribe.
And besides, you want to be subscribed to this video because our subscribers are 10% more likely to wake up tomorrow.
Disclaimer guy here. Just want to say that's not a threat, it's a promise.
Morbid.
Well, we had it worded the other way, but I think it's less threatening to say that we give you more chance.
Yeah, I mean, both are threatening.
No, this isn't a threat. This is like you're less likely to die in your sleep. That's good.
Yeah.
But if I say you're more likely to die in your sleep if you don't subscribe, that's like,
we should probably not threaten them. Well,
we didn't threaten anyone. I think disclaimer guy had our back anyway. We got to get into this. We're doing another companion. We got another one coming out Monday, most likely, maybe earlier, but probably Monday. And this one is Zirda. We got to read it.
Yeah, Zirda is our companion, so we have to follow our companion rules. So let's get to it. Zirda the Dawnwaker is 1 Boros hybrid for a legendary creature elemental fox 3/3. Companion text is: each permanent card in your starting deck has an activated ability. If this card is your chosen companion, you may cast it once from outside the game. So it is our companion. We will be able to do that once per game. Abilities you activate that aren't mana abilities cost 2 less to activate. This effect cannot make the mana cost less than 1 mana. Pay 1, tap it. Target creature can't block this turn.
That's nice and all. But who's the commander? Who are we going to partner with? All of our permanents have to have activated abilities, but the instants and sorceries do not.
Yes. And important to this is our commander must also follow this rule. And it is Zakama, who actually has 3 activated abilities. 6 and Anaya for a legendary elder dinosaur 9/9. Vigilance, reach, trample. When it enters the battlefield, if you cast it, untap all lands you control. Pay 2 and a red. Zakama deals 3 damage to a target creature, or 1 red when you have out your companion. Pay 2 and a green. Destroy target artifact or enchantment, or 1 green when you have out your companion. 2 and a white. You gain 3 life, or 1 white when you have out your companion.
Zirda powers up Zakama to the max. It literally just triples the amount of times you can do this. We got a couple colorless lands, so maybe it's more like gives you 100 or 90% more than like 100% more activations. Yeah. But the goal is ramp into Zakama. We got instants and sorceries to guarantee our lands come out. We want to make sure that our ramp is lands. So that when Zakama come down, we untap like 13 lands, not 9. And then we just go insane and destroy every creature we don't control, gain a bunch of life, destroy every artifact and enchantment we don't control. What are they going to do? Yeah.
So the first thing we're going to do is we actually have some equipment stuff here.
But why?
Because equipments all have activated abilities. Equip is an activated ability.
What do you know?
So anything that costs 3 or more is getting a 2 discount to that equip.
Cutting into thirds. Most of these cost more than 0 or 1. So we're getting reduction on them. And then the rest of them synergize and go find them. And then we can make Zakama this giant monster or make something else a giant monster.
The first one we have is Helm of the Host. It costs 4 mana for an artifact. It costs 5 to equip with our Zirda. It costs 3 to equip. The creature that is equipped has, at the beginning of combat on your turn, create a copy of it that is not legendary. So that could be as a
and it gains haste. I was thinking it could be Zirda, and then all your activated abilities cost 1, basically forever.
That's true.
And you have redundant companions, unlike the Gyruda deck that we built, which you should check out. This has we kind of get Zirda out and then hope it survives.
If Zirda's going to die sometimes, but the deck is still cool without Zirda.
You get a free card every game. And I don't think it was that hard to meet this requirement.
It wasn't. I mean, it was, but we're good.
I guess what you don't understand is we're amazing.
Yeah.
The next one. Yeah. Hammer of Nazan is 4 mana for an artifact equipment, obviously. When it or another equipment enters the battlefield under your control, you can attach that equipment to target creature you control. Equipped creature gets +2/+0 and has indestructible, and it equips for 4. Obviously, that gets reduced to 2 with Zirda out.
This is a way to protect the commander, protect Zirda.
No, protect Zirda. I want to protect the Dawnwaker.
If you could play this before some of these other ones, it's really awesome. Like if you could play Helm of the Host that automatically attached, that card is way better.
Oh, that card is great.
Yeah.
Helm of the Host, the worst part is you got to pay 1,000 mana to attach it.
Yeah, but you put it on, again, put Hammer Host on Zakama. Put Hammer on Zakama.
That's 22 damage. Or it's 20 damage.
It's 20
That's-
damage.
whew.
Yeah, it's pretty good.
Speaking of 20 damage, Embercleave is the next one. 4 red for legendary artifact equipment. Equips for 3, but has flash, and it costs 1 less for each attacking creature you control. And then when it enters, you can forget the first equip because it just attaches right to something.
Yes. So you flash this in for probably 2 red mana. That's the goal. You put it on your Sakama, you hit for 20.
I mean, even if you flash it in for 5 red, it's fine. You hit for 20.
Yeah.
Take 20.
Yeah.
What is blocking Zakama? You have machine gun 3 damage whenever you want.
Yeah, and you can't really chump something with trample.
And Zirda even randomly stops blockers if they have like a Death Toucher.
That's true.
Just an extra little, oh no.
Oh no, where's the gravy boat? It's tape.
Gravy.
Oh no, the gravy boat's upstairs.
It's upstairs. We can't get it without 50 subscribers.
We could never go that far. And we're always in front of this camera at all times, unless we're not.
Which is never.
Which is never.
Next, what is it?
Sort of Feast and Famine. This is 3 mana for an artifact. It equips for 2, but it's going to equip for 1 in this deck because we always have Zirda. Always.
Come on.
And when equipped creature deals combat damage to a player, that player discards a card, and you untap all your lands.
That's the best part. You get to replay anything from your hand. You get almost a whole extra turn. You just don't get the draw.
I mean, with Sakama, you just have a mana sink. So if you put it on Sakama. That's
It
going to
is
be
now an 11/11 with trample and protection from 2 colors in Magic.
Yeah. You attack, it hits. Now the
Right.
trigger goes on the stack. Use all your mana to do whatever you want. Kill stuff, even gain life because you're just going to have extra mana, and then you untap them.
I mean, we have ways to give haste. So if Zakama has haste, you can play Zakama, untap all your lands, play stuff, equip sword, attack, untap all your lands again. You just got 3 uses out of your lands.
It's completely, it's nonsensical.
It's nonsense because the best part about Zakama is you could devote your whole deck. Your whole deck could just be put lands into play, ramp spells, and Zakama would still win you games because it's absurd. It's a 9/9 and it just blows everything up by itself.
This next one, I absolutely love. I thought it was so cool.
This could be your little cute spice. What do we got?
This is Kusari Gama. It's 3 mana for an artifact equipment. It equips for 3, which means we can reduce it to 1. And equipped creature has an activated ability. 2, this creature gets +1/+0 until end of turn. It's going to cost 1. Whenever equipped creature deals damage to a blocking creature, Kusari Gama deals that much damage to each other creature that player controls.
This gets really weird and it's kind of confusing. We're going to put it on Zakama. We attack. They're not going to block because if they block, they're all blocking. All their blockers is just die. But if, let's say, we're player A, if player B attacks player C, and then player C is like, okay, I'll just trade off. We can go, hold on. I'm going to activate Zakama and deal 6 damage to that, and then deal 6 damage to all your other creatures because you had a blocking creature.
Yeah, so that's one thing that we can do with this because this is such a strange
This
card.
kind of just says creatures attacking your opponents are unblockable.
I mean, it also says if you have 12 extra mana, which this deck totally easily can,
That's plausible.
Zakama is a one-shot. It's just not an unreasonable thing. Like Kessig Wolfrun's in this deck for that reason too.
Yeah, it could just one-shot people.
And also, this one can just do it even more.
I think we're definitely 2-shotting. I'd be surprised if we're not 2-shotting, even though Zakama itself is a 3-shot. I'm surprised if we're not 2-shotting. We can one-shot, and we will if we have to.
If we have to.
These 2 I'm not going to read. I just put their bread and butter equipment. Lightning Greaves and Skull Clamp. Skull Clamp is stupid. Lightning Greaves is good. And this is definitely a deck that wants Lightning Greaves. We don't have many of those.
Yeah. Skull Clamp is just some card draw. I don't even think Skull Clamp's very good in this deck.
It is. We'll talk about, I'll just bring up every time we have a card that dies to it.
I guess that's fair. Shadow Spear is the next one. This is a 1 mana artifact that equips for 2, but it's going to equip for 1. The equipped creature has +1/+1, trample, and lifelink.
Okay.
And you can pay 1. All creatures lose indestructible and hexproof.
Permanence your opponent's control.
Okay.
2 steps better than what you just said.
I mean, whatever.
Zakama can now kill indestructible creatures, and we don't have to use the 3rd ability ever to gain life. We can have it both ways.
Yeah. We can do whatever we want. So how are the ways we're going to find these? So now we have tons of equipment.
What we have. We even have some more that we're going to show up later.
Yeah, these ones are easy. Stoneforge, it comes in, searches, and you can pay 1 and a white to tap it to put an equipment from your hand onto the battlefield.
You mean white?
I meant white.
Flash in an equipment, tutor an equipment. The only downside is this card is like $35. But a budget version is Stone Hero Giant. It's 5 mana for a 4/4. You can do the same thing once it's in play, kind of. 1 and a white, tap it, search for an equipment, put it into play.
Yeah.
It skips the whole tutor part. It's just like, I'll just give you one.
Yeah. And Steel Shaper's Gift is just a sorcery that goes and gets one.
Right. The sorcery that goes against equipment. If you don't have Stoneforge, Steel Shaper's Gift is totally fine replacement too.
I mean, we want to find all these equipments. We have tons of them. We want to find the right one for the situation we're having.
Oh yeah, and we even have a Planeswalker because Planeswalkers have activated abilities. This one is Nahiri, the Lithomancer. 3 white for a Planeswalker Nahiri. She starts at 3 loyalty, and I don't know if I've read this card in the past 5 years. +2, create a 1/1 white core soldier creature token. You may attach an equipment you control to it. Did you know that 1/1's died a skull clamp?
I actually did.
Okay, -2, you may put an equipment card from your hand or graveyard onto the battlefield. That's probably useful if you have something die. -10, create a colorless equipment artifact token named Stoneforge Blade. It has indestructible. Equipped creature gets +5/+5 and has double strike, and it equips for 0. And here he could be your commander, but hey, no thanks. What happens if Zakama is a 24 damage card?
It's a one-shot. But I don't think, are you ever ulting that card?
No, this is just a decent way to get equipments back from your graveyard if they happen to bite the dust.
Put in the comments if you've ever ulted that card, because you would be the first person in human history, and that would be awesome.
Step 1 is playing it. That's already hard.
Yeah.
You already have to justify playing that card.
Yeah, it costs 5 mana, the plus to make a 1/1.
Yes, and there is one more equipment that we want to go over right now, and it's a whole other category. What is it?
It's Sunforger, because Sunforger is obviously its own little
We
thing.
love Sunforger.
It gets a package here. So Sunforger costs 3 mana and it equips for 3. So it's going to equip for 1. That's going to help you out a lot. And equipped creature has a +4/+0. But this is where the card gets really spicy. You can pay a red. You can pay a white. You can unequip it from that creature. Search your library for a red or white instant card with converter mana cost 4 or less. You may cast it without paying its mana cost, then shuffle your library.
And Sunforger can just keep doing it. So I'm just going to go over real quick all the cards we have that work with it. The one thing we didn't have is a double strike card. You have to unattach Sunforger. So it's not like you can't just like kill them with Zakama. You have to like unattach it at sorcery speed, then reattach it. So we didn't bother with that. But we do have Chaos Warp, shuffle a permanent in, then they can flip top card if it's a permanent. They get it. Generous Gift, it's just Beast Within, but it's white. So we're going to play that over Beast Within. You want to take one?
Sure, yeah. Teferi's Protection. This 2 and a white, you gain protection from everything. Your life total can't change, and you phase out all permanents you control until your next upkeep.
Good response to a board wipe, I would say. Also very expensive. If you don't have this, maybe just Eerie Interlude. It's probably fine.
Actually, I'm gonna add a card right now. I'm gonna add a card, and I'm gonna make you put it in the deck.
Okay.
Put in Boros Charm. We can do double strike, and we can potentially protect our permanents. Looks great in this deck, actually.
Well, I just said we didn't put double strike in because it doesn't kill with the Zakama.
Don't care.
It'd feel a lot cooler if it did.
It's in the deck.
Okay. Well, we put Boros Charm in. That's good.
That's good. Boros Charm's in the deck.
We get along. We make every decision together.
Yeah, and I didn't force him to do that at all right now.
Nope. Lapse of Certainty is 2 and a white for a counter spell. Whoa! I'm sure you've heard of this card. I'm not going to pretend to be clever. Counter a spell, but if it gets countered, you put it on top instead. So if they're going to try to, expropriate or something stupid, you can, all right, stop that for now. Maybe kill you next turn.
Swords to Plowshare is just bread and butter removal.
It's good. It's a great card. Forsake the Worldies, 2 and a white for an instant. It's a little bit of protection because Zakama can destroy any artifact or enchantment, but there might be one that you need to exile. So this exiles it, and it also cycles for 2, and Zurda makes it just 1 for cycling.
Yes. And Naya Charm, what's this one do?
Oh, Naya Charm does a bunch of goodies. It lightning strikes a creature, gets back something from your hand. Maybe Zirda. I forgot that's actually one way we have to get it back. Or it taps all creatures target player controls. So then you just run them over.
Yeah. I mean, our commander can run stuff over, so.
I like the regrowth the best.
You do?
Yeah.
Oh, okay. That's fair. So now we're on to cool activated abilities. So these are abilities we're going to activate that are cool.
Great description. I'm going to read the first one, which is the Great Henge. 7 green for an artifact. It taps for 2 mana and you gain 2 life. That's the part that lets it be in our deck. But the real part is it costs X less, where X is the greatest power among creatures you control. And now whenever a creature enters that's non-token, you're going to get a +1/+1 counter on it, and you're going to draw a card.
Yeah. This will help get to that 1 shot for double strike.
Holy crap, this card is so good. And we have a 9/9 insert commander. It's just free. It costs nothing. The converted mana cost of this card is gain 2 life.
That's a strange converter mana cost.
I've never seen it's reverse Phyrexian mana. We finally did it.
We did it, boys. We did it.
All right, I'll let you read the next one because it's really good with Skull Clamp.
1 mana for an artifact. You can pay 3 to untap it. You can pay 2, tap it to create a 1/1 servo artifact creature token. Pay 1, tap it, sacrifice a servo, create a 1/1 Thopter with flying. Tap it and sacrifice a Thopter, create a 4/4 colorless construct artifact creature token.
Right. I think this card's pretty bad in Commander. The thing holding it back is that it costs 3 mana to untap. If it costs 1 mana to untap, now you can go 1 mana, untap it, pay 1 mana with Zirda because they're both reduced, make a servo, pay 1 mana to untap it. Now we're what? We're 3 mana in. 4 mana in gets you a flyer. 5 mana in gets you a 4/4.
But I think the best way to really play this card
Is 2 mana, make a 1/1.
2 mana, make a 1/1
Forever.
That's what we want to be doing. We're just going to make as many 1/1s as we can. Also, they can't really, say you have a ton of mana and you play this for 1, you have like 10 mana, they can't really stop you.
No, you're going to get the first wave because if you go, all right, make a thing, untap it, they're like, oh, I'll try to blow it up now. You're like, okay, response, untap it. Let the first untap go away. And then just make more in response.
Yeah, exactly. So you're going to get a bunch of them the first time you want, as long as you have mana when you play it, which is usually what's going to be the case.
Yeah, same is true if they respond like, oh, I'm going to kill Zirda. It's like, no, I'm going to get a bunch of servos first. Screw you.
Next, Liqua Metal Coating.
This is weird. It's 2 mana artifact, and it just taps. Target permanent becomes an artifact in addition to its other types.
So essentially, what that's going to do is we're going to make anything that we want to kill an artifact.
Yeah.
Pay that 1 green, because we're always going to have Zirda and our commander out.
Yes.
To destroy any artifact, and we'll destroy that one.
Even if this comes out on turn 2, you can still kind of keep it there on retainer. And if anyone casts like a Vandal Blast, you just get to destroy an extra permanent. Or you go, hey, that Cabal Coffer sure is an issue. What if it was an artifact? And someone's like, all right.
Yeah, there's a bunch of things.
I mean, that's not really going to happen all that much, but that's some like added bonus to make it feel less bad.
I mean,
but once Sakama's out, tap, destroy target permanent.
It's not gonna never matter. But
Sure, yeah, it's definitely relevant.
It's definitely relevant. There's a lot of artifacts in
Or just
enchantment
sweepers.
removal. Yeah, exactly.
Take some out with you as it goes.
Yeah. Next we have 2 Planeswalkers. We have Garruk Primal Hunter, who is 5 mana. He pluses to make a 3/3 beast. He minuses and kills himself to draw equal to the greatest power. We're hoping it's 9. Or he can ultimate to make worms equal to your...
Nope, his ultimate is draw 9 cards.
What?
His ultimate is a -3. It's draw 9 cards.
Oh, yeah. His minus...
You really didn't get that.
Yeah, his -6 is nothing. So
Is not on the card. Ugin the Ineffable. Both abilities are relevant. It's 6 mana for a 4 loyalty Ugin. You can -3 to blow up a colored permanent, or you can +1 to make it 2/2. That kind of takes the top card of your library and tucks it underneath. And then if the 2/2 leaves for any reason, you get the card back to your hand.
Yep. So that's awesome.
But also, the best part, we have a lot of artifacts in this deck, and it says static ability. Your colorless spells cost 2 less to cast.
So all of those equipments except for like 1?
Yeah, Embercleave and the Great Henge don't cost, but the rest of them do. And Liquid Metal Coating is free. Had How the Host is 2 mana. This is ridiculous.
And the Zod's Hammer.
And this thing pluses to get you card advantage and can even it's ultimate to destroy something if you really need to. Try to just plus this though.
All right. What's Chef Monitor do?
Chef Monitor is adorable. It's 6 mana for a 6/5, but don't ever do that. It cycles for 3 and a green. Don't ever do that. Cycle it for 1 and a green. And when you do, you get to search for a basic land and put it on the battlefield.
Can't you also get a desert?
You can, and we only have 1. We put Scavenging Grounds in this deck.
Which is fine, because Graveyard Hate is something that is pretty useful to have.
Yeah, we don't want to waste a slot on like Relic. So, hey, boom.
Hey,
Scavenging Grounds.
Hey, boom.
Hey, boom. Get over here.
If we had a boom mic, I would hit you in the head with it right now. Night of the Akini, it has devotion text. It's a god. It makes your creatures cost 1 less. But the main thing that this thing does is as an activity for 2 and a green, which means we can make it 1 green. You look at the top card of your library. If it's a creature, you can reveal and put it in your hand. Otherwise, you can put it into your graveyard.
So much card selection once this gets down to 1 green, and even at 2 and a green, if you got nothing else to do, it's there for you.
Yeah, for 1 green, it's really what we want to be with this
It's
card.
ridiculous. I'll just look at 5 cards right now and get all the creatures. I didn't spend any cards on it, and this is indestructible.
Yeah, it's going to be awkward. The most awkward thing that would ever happen with this card is you go, pay a green, activate. It's the best 9-creature spell you could ever draw. Pass with 5 of the green up.
Yeah, that's a little sad. I mean, draw your tears with the best top deck in your deck.
Yeah,
right?
I know. I know. I'm not saying it's too bad.
Couple weird ones. Golden Guardians, 4 mana 4/4. You can pay 2 and tap it and have it fight something you control. Probably Zakama. If they fight, this thing dies, which is great. When it dies to the fight, you flip it into a land that taps for 2 mana of any one color. Sweet with Zakama, because we're untapping it. And then it pays 4 and taps it to make a 4/4. But with Zirda, it's 2 and tap to make a 4/4. That's not too bad.
I would say that's pretty good.
This is super, like this land just kind of does it all. It comes out, fights your big thing, or fights something else, or whatever you need to do to get this thing dead. Turns into a land. Zakama loves lands. You can even make multiple 4/4s in a turn if you like sort of feast and famining or Zakamaing.
All right.
It starts to be pretty cool. That's a big army.
Let's set the table for this next card because this one's funny. If we have Zirda out, we have Ugin the Ineffable. We pay 1 mana for our Burnish Heart.
Okay.
Then you pay 1 mana to sack it to get 2 lands. You spent 2 mana to get 2 lands tapped.
Eat your heart out, Wayfarer's Bauble.
Burr, 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 burr.
And Explosive Vegetation and everything else. Anyway, we're going to start in this deck just because it can get reduced. And mostly it's with Zirda, it's 4 mana, 2 lands. Better than Explosive Veggies.
Exactly. Better than Explosive Veggies.
Normally, green decks don't want this, but I think you want this one. We don't have like Solemn Simulacrum. That doesn't even have an activated ability. That card sucks. The cards that don't suck though, Magus of the Candelabra, 1 green for a 1/1, and they pay X, tap it, untap X target lands.
Yeah.
What does that do?
Well, I mean, what does it do? It's always going to generate 2 mana basically. So you can pay X to tap it. You're going to go whoop, untap all my lands, and I went up 2 because that's how it works.
Wow, you didn't explain that well at all.
Why don't you explain it better?
Zirda makes the activated ability cost 2 less. So if you want to choose X as 5, you pay 3 mana and untap 5 lands.
Yeah, so you tap 5 lands and get 5 mana, and then untap all 5 of those lands with 3 mana. Now you're up 2 mana.
Why did you tap? yeah, you got it. We explained it 3 different times. The card's good. The next one is Kozilek, the Great Distortion. He has an activated ability. He costs 8 wastes for a 12/12 menace when he cast him. You draw cards equal to your hand up to 7. You know what I mean. Discard a card, mana cost X, counter spell with mana cost X. This is another way to have counter spells to protect your Zakama and your giant, huge, dumb Naya board.
Yeah. I mean, Kozilek's is super good. He's also a big, fat dummy.
He's huge. This is another thing we can just give double strike and kill somebody.
But yeah, it hits. It's
got menace. It's going to have double strike with like Embercleave or that Stoneforge thing or whatever we're going to get. Take him out of the game.
It's a mess.
It looked like a karate chop. I was like, take him out of the game.
Take him out.
What's the last one we have?
Crypto Trilobite. It's
what was that?
I said cryptic Trilobite.
Okay.
It's XX for a creature, and that's just with X +1/+1 counters on it. It's a 0/0. You can pay 1 and tap it to put a +1/+1 counter on it, and you can remove 1 to make 2 mana of 2 colorless mana, not any color. You make 2 colorless mana that can only be used for activated abilities.
Well, we have a lot of those, as it turns out. We just listed a bunch of them. So this is kind of like a discount Zirda. You put a bunch of mana into it, and the next turn, you sort of have a Zirda of your own, but it costs a couple counters.
Yeah, it's perfectly fine. This card is reasonable. We didn't take the time to find the combos with that. I'm sure Cryptic Trilobite has combos.
Cryptic Trilobite goes off with a lot of things, just like another card that costs the same amount of mana and does the same stuff that we'll get to later. Time to get into it right now. It's winning the game category. How do we actually win the game? We got at least 4 ways. There's probably 8 more if you want to list them in the comments. That's cool. But these are the main ones.
Yeah. So we have Blackbeaver Forge. 2 mana for a legendary artifact equipment. Equipped creature gets +1/+1 for each land you control. Equip legendary creature costs 3 mana. Equip costs 7 mana. But equip legendary creature is now going to cost 1 mana, which is insane.
So this is 3 mana. Target creature gets +9/+9. Okay, I'll play that.
I mean,
it's probably better. It scales with the game. It's going to annihilate anyone who gets hit by Zakama.
This deck already wants to go and put a ton of lands into play as it is. So it's going to go put a ton of lands into play. Now you're just going to have you could have 12 lands out so easily in a deck like this where you just have ramp galore. How this gives...
Why 12? Oh, +12/+12, take 21, you're dead.
Yeah, exactly. So you just throw it on your commander. He hits, he's a one-shot. It's going to happen a lot.
Yeah, I've heard people don't like this card in Commander because it kind of just does that to things. I mean, we have other stuff. We throw it on Kozilek. He's legendary. Zirda is legendary. If we're giving something +10/+10, I don't really care what it is.
Yeah, it's a lot.
It stops mattering after a while.
It is. It's a lot of damage. Blackbeaver Forge is a very strong magic card. Next, we have Heliod and Walking Ballista. This is a basic combo. So
Classic.
So if Walking Ballista has 2 counters on it, you can give it lifelink with Heliod. Okay. Now you can ping a player for 1. Heliod triggers to put a +1/+1 counter onto a creature. We're going to choose Walking Ballista.
Back where we started.
Walking Ballista now has 2 counters. Again, you can ping anything you want. You can kill all the creatures, but you can also kill
all the opponents.
Yes, you can kill all the opponents with this combo.
Heliod's fine. You can give Zakama lifelink, and then once Zakama's out and Heliod, you can actually utilize the gain 3 life ability over and over and make Zakama huge.
You just don't have to.
No, I'm saying with just Heliod.
Yeah.
I'm not accounting the infinite combo.
Well, here, it's even better than that is what I'm saying. How about instead of doing what you're doing, we give it lifelink, then we pay the red mana to hit something.
Shooting things.
You shoot something and gain 3 life.
Right, and then he gets bigger.
Yeah, so, and then, it's so good. Heliod just works with Zakama well enough that it can just be in a deck.
It's pretty sweet.
And Walking Ballista is also works with our.
Works with Zirda. You pay 4 to put a counter on it, and Zirda says you only have to pay 2 mana for that.
Yeah.
You can even just start sniping things. Either one of these is good by themselves. They're good in the deck. If you happen to draw both of them, or you want to jam more tutors in this deck, go for this. 2 card wins the game. Speaking of 2 cards, Zirda is one of these cards, and the other one is Basalt Monolith. It's a 3-mana artifact, taps for 3. You can pay 3 to untap it.
But wait.
If you pay 1 to produce 3, that's infinite colorless mana.
Do we have any way to pay that off? Is there any sort of ballista in the deck?
No.
There's no walking.
If you want to add Walking Ballista to this deck.
Yeah, walking ballista.
Just kidding, it's in the deck. Boom. Activate a million times. Shoot everybody.
Boom, boom, boom.
You're dead.
He shoots out his chest though. It's like psh, 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 psh. That's what he does. He has. It's like, have you ever looked at the art? Actually,
I actually don't like the art of that card.
It's like they're little ballistas in his chest that he shoots out.
Oh, I got you. That makes sense now.
Yeah,
I thought it was just kind of a walking whatever dunk thing.
Yeah, it shoots. It just shoots. It literally just goes like, and shoots things.
That's brutal. The last one, we'll go over 2 more. One of them is Temur Sabertooth plus Zakama. It makes infinite mana if you have 11 or more than 11 mana in your lands.
Yeah.
Zakama costs 9. Temur Sabertooth's bounce ability, 1 and a green. Bounces Zakama. Temur Sabertooth can be indestructible. And then you play it again, untap all your lands. If you produced any mana at all, you're going to get infinite mana.
Pay this off with a ham sandwich.
Also, you gain infinite life even if you don't have a payoff.
What was the other one I want to go over?
The other one is a land that also goes infinite with Zakama. If you can produce, 9, 12, 13 mana with your lands, it's Sanctum of Eternity. It taps for colorless or 2 tap, return target commander you own from the battlefield to your hand. Activate this ability only during your turn. Well, guess what? It's going to be our turn when we roll everybody's face over and win the game.
Completely ridiculously awesome. Another infinite combo, Boots, or you can have Fires of Yavimaya,
which we also have in the deck.
Which is 1 red green, creatures you control have haste, but has an activated ability, sacrifice it, and a creature gets +2/+2.
That activated ability is saving it, making it playable. It's Zirda.
Yeah, letting us put it in the deck. So you have Temur Sabertooth out, Savala out. You activate and you have Sakama, so you're making 9 mana. You activate it, bounce Savala to your hands. Now, because she has made 9 mana, you replay her, she has haste, you tap her again, make 9 more mana, do this infinitely, you win. I mean, you need
infinite mana, you win.
You actually do win because you have Zakama, you have infinite mana, Zakama, which is going to be the biggest thing on the field, and she says whenever the biggest creature enters, you draw a card, you can just keep doing that.
If it's not the biggest thing on the field, you have infinite lightning bolts that go to creatures.
Yes. I mean, exactly.
Add Shadow Spear if you have to deal with a god or something.
Yeah, it's just, that's another infinite combo. This deck, it turns out
full to the brim with them. It's also got janky enchantment or equipment theme. This deck is pretty sweet. At first we were like, oh, what are we going to do? But then we found the equipment. We found the route to the awesome video that we made, and we made it.
This deck it's literally, we took when we started making this deck, it was on the side of CEDH.
It was like 5 combos and we had 40 cards.
Yeah, it was 5 combos, 40 cards, and a bunch of ramp, basically. And it's like, well, let's get some fun in here. So we went with the equipment something, which I think added a ton of cool stuff to this deck.
Layers.
Yeah, layers. Much like onions. I learned that from Shrek.
Yeah. Your banter is weird today.
Why?
I don't know. Let's just cut to the part where we thank everybody who made this video possible, except for ourselves.
Well, first I'd like to thank ourselves because we're so awesome. Pat on the back to us for making great content all the time. We're just awesome. But also,
if you think that, listen up.
But also, special shout outs to our 50 some odd patrons. You guys are all awesome. We love you as much as we can without making you uncomfortable. You make these videos possible. You make all the improvements in the channel possible. We are so close. We got all of the stuff in for our mics and we realized we forgot to order something that we needed for the mics. So
it's coming. It's on the way.
It's on the way. It is. It's in the mail. We're going to have brand new mics. We're upgrading this audio. We want this channel to be as good as it can without making you uncomfortable.
Yes. Also, we're going to try to look into doing some giveaways soon because giveaways are just free value to add to you guys for watching the thing. Yeah. Watching us do our shenanigans.
Yeah, you guys like watching the videos. You watch all of our videos. Well,
we want to give back to you.
So there's going to be a giveaway. We gotta figure out how to do it.
We're just working out logistics. That's all. Once we figure it out, giveaways times a million.
I don't know how to do a giveaway and look at who entered.
Track the entries. We'll figure it out. It's probably not that hard.
I mean, it's probably not that hard. There's probably, if I had to guess, there's probably
just websites that do it.
There's probably a literal program that does it. But again, we haven't done it yet. But we want to do a giveaway for you guys.
Giveaway. We're doing like a million giveaways.
A million?
Probably.
That's a lot of giveaways.
We'll be around for that long.
A million?
Anyway, the other 2 ways you can support the channel. 1, digital tip jar, buymeacoffee.com. Head there, find us. Tip, it's in the description. Also in the description, a link to the deck list. You want to see the deck. You have to check it to see if we made a mistake so you can comment. While you're doing that, buy anything you want from the site, navigate wherever you want, and we get some kickback on whatever you buy.
$1 million? Peace
$1
out,
million.
Tribe Scout.